a hero. I want you to go out there, and I want you to make a break for it as soon as the coast is clear, okay? Okay. Now, I made us some egg salad sandwiches for the trip. They're in the luggage. You can eat mine too.
Well, years after it filmed here, the movie Virginia is now in West Michigan theaters.
Our movie guy Aaron Lafferty joined a crowd of hundreds to see the movie's Midwest premiere at Waterfront Film Festival last weekend, and he joins us now with a review. This is one that's taken a long time for people to get a chance to see.
2009, fall of 2009, it filmed here, and it was nice to see it with, you know, the home theater, if you will, the home group of people out at Waterfront, 700 people out there. You know, all the Michigan locations, and finally seeing this movie come to fruition. Of course, it went to Toronto International Film Festival, and it didn't get a good reviews. So they did a little re-edit. So we're not exactly sure what they did to re-edit it, but I think it's better for it.
Okay.
This is only in Celebration North this weekend, so this is a very limited release in West Michigan, and it's only at a couple theaters across the country. So limited markets are kind of doing a selected.
What's the storyline again? I totally forgot.
Yeah, because it's been a while. So Jennifer Connelly plays a mom. She's a single mom. She's got some psychological issues, trying to raise her son by herself. She's got this ongoing relationship with the sheriff of the town, who's also running for governor, and he's married, so there's an affair. There's all these different relationships and characters. It's a real character study kind of a movie. The way the plot and the story is conceived, it really requires you to pay attention, because you know there's some starting from the end, going back in time, going back to the end kind of format here. Jennifer Connelly is great. If for nothing else, it's worth seeing her performance, and obviously for West Michiganians. Did I say that right? Michiganders?
Michiganders, yeah.
It's worth seeing all the locations.
Wonderful.
Not a movie that's going to get Oscar attention, except for maybe Jennifer Connelly. We'll see. It obviously has to get in front of enough people to get that kind of nomination, but definitely one of her better roles that she's done in her career.
Wow. It sees her, you know, in a very realistic light. She's very a real person, not this glamorous.
Right. From the beginning, she is this
Hollywood
character. She's got the accent down. She's got the psychological issues going on, so she nails this character.
Wonderful. Okay, a bigger release, and I know.
I'm super excited.
I don't know why you saw it, and Rachel and her little princess did not.
Well, this is really nice. This has been months in the making. We already have the Brave toys at home, and I'm sure that's just going to grow in the next weeks.
And the movie looks great, and I'll just say this right off the bat: save a couple bucks and see it in 2D, because the 3D kind of muddies down the picture a little bit.
Oh, okay.
There's some darker moments in this movie. We're in the forest. We're in some different situations where it's like night, so the 3D doesn't look as good as it would be in 2D. So you get your more vibrant colors.
It's good to know, Aaron.
Plus, it's Pixar. You got the red locks of Merida. She's a Scottish princess. This isn't your normal Disney princess. This is a girl who's very independent. She wants to kind of set her own course. And there's this mother-daughter dynamic, which you guys will appreciate. And you know, a lot of moms taking their daughters to this movie. The central core of the movie is the mother-daughter dynamic, and how Merida wants to go her own way, and her mom wants her to be this princess, very prim and proper in etiquette. And she's into archery, and she gets along with her dad really well, who's this warrior king that took over. So there's a lot of fun stuff here. There's some very Disney familiar things about it, and then there's some more Pixar things about it. It's more of a Disney-esque kind of a movie than like a Pixar cutting edge, something you've never seen before. This is
Who's
some
the
of the
voice
stuff
of the girl?
The triplet brothers.
It's her name is Kelly
Hamish, and Harris.
There you go.
We're reading the books already, Aaron.
Kelly MacDonald is the voice of Merida.
Oh, really? Okay, so it's not somebody that maybe most of us are familiar with.
Right. If you saw her, you probably remember her, but a lot of Scottish or English actors in this movie voicing the characters. So
Wow.
it's fun.
Neat, though. It's something different because they really haven't
Right.
done anything kind of set that, you know, sometimes it's medieval, but a real strong, there's always like a moral of a story in the Disney stories, and how something happens to the mom. So we've read these books already. I kind of know what it's about, not even going to the theater.
This is Pixar's first female protagonist. So that's
okay, interesting.
Fun.
And you think it'll be the big winner
definitely,
going away this weekend, right?
Easily.
Okay.
So it's in a lot of theaters. Like when you go, there'll be a lot of showings of it.
A lot of showings. You get the 2D and the 3D. Again, go with the 2D because you're going to save yourself some money, and it'll look better for you.
Perfect. Then supersize the popcorn.
Right. And it's good for probably ages 4 and up.
Okay.
You're probably safe.
Good.
It is PG.
All right.
Okay. All right. So as always, there's always a variety at the theaters
Yes.
because they know that a lot of people are going to be going. The family's going to see Brave.
Right.
So we're going to kind of change gears here to a different movie for maybe the teens.
Right. Well, we got 2 other movies that are rated R. One is
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh, adults, I guess.
This is a horror, action, fantasy kind of a movie. Basically, the premise of the movie is Abraham Lincoln is aware that vampires are trying to take over the United States. Obviously, at the time nearing the Civil War, the country was kind of, splitting into fractions, and the vampires looked for their own country to take over. Obviously, this is fictional, right? So, there's a lot of liberties that they take with the story. It is rated
it's been
R.
a long time since I've been in history class, but I do not remember vampires
Right.
associated with Abraham Lincoln.
Tim Burton is one of the producers on this movie.
Okay.
The director was the guy that did the movie Wanted, the Angelina Jolie movie, if you ever saw that. So there's a lot of action, there's a lot of flying around and kicking butt and all those things, and Abraham Lincoln in a different light than you've probably seen before. But some history professors or teachers may be a little upset with this movie.
Yeah, not surprised.
Because it skews history a little bit.
Okay, another one rated R this weekend.
Okay, you remember the movie Armageddon?
Yes.
Where there's an asteroid coming towards Earth and they send a crew and, spoiler alert, they save the day?
Yeah.
Well, imagine if they didn't save the day.
Oh.
That's what this next movie is about. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. It's Steve Carell and Keira Knightley, and all the people have just come to assume and accept the fact that this asteroid is going to hit the Earth. So they kind of just do whatever they want. They run amok and they have parties and they don't go to work. And
What's kind of that question that
So
people say if you had
what would
2
you do?
weeks left?
Yeah,
What are you
exactly.
going to do?
And
So this
Steve
movie's
Carell's
about
real
that.
life wife is in this movie, which is
Yes.
kind of a cool
right,
dynamic.
which
to
they've
see
done.
him
They've
in.
done that a couple times. So basically, there's this friendship that happens because of the events with the end of the world coming. And again, it's rated R and it's in a wide release.
Okay,
Okay.
real quick, Aaron, you have some picks to share with us.
Yes.
Always like to hear this and kind of pick your brain about what's good.
Well, the easy one, and this is for all audiences, obviously, is Brave. Going back to that, it looks great. It's a fun movie. It may be more for the moms and daughters than the sons and fathers, but this is a fun movie, family movie, and if you don't see it in theaters, definitely put it on your rental list. But this is a movie to see. This will be one of the Oscar noms
Oh, awesome.
for animated movies this year.
What about rentals? I always like to hear what you think is good for that. too.
Finally, actually not finally, but because I was gone, I couldn't tell you about this last week. The Greys out on DVD, Liam Neeson. This is one of the better movies of the year so far. It may not be Oscar time, but Liam Neeson is in his element, in the elements, out in the wilderness. It's just kind of a fun movie to see how people would survive when you're trying to survive in the wilderness.
Wonderful. All right, we can find you online. Laugh at the Movies, your blog.
All right, got both my reviews on there, and we'll put some more stuff on there later.
Sounds great. Thanks,
Wonderful.
Aaron.
Thank you,
All right.
Aaron. Don't go away.
That's West.